Well, hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XII. Last time we made our way here, to the village of Griff. Yes, I'll buy a map of the Osmond Plain. I'd like to know what I don't have mapped out, at least see how much is left to explore, and a map of Jahara, yes. Because it's incredibly cheap, so why not? Hello, Gordy. Welcome to the Chocobo Stables. No thanks. I don't need a chocobo. Garif Warriors. So that's what we were seeing out there, Garif Warriors. Who are you? This is Garif Land. No place for human children to play at games. They are wayfarers. They bring no harm. Maybe he's the one we saw out there? I saw them across the Osmond Plain. They are warriors of great distinction. The fiends of the plains troubled them not at all. You ventured upon the plains alone, War Chief. Again. Apparently I can't read today. What business have you with the Griff? I'm just going to call him Griff. Let them pass. The responsibility will be mine. If this is your wish, War Chief, then you may pass. These days see many Humes wandering through our lands. I wonder what they look like under the mask. I mean, surely that's not actually their face, right? It doesn't look like it is. I have not made introductions. I am Sepinello, War Chief of this village. Just call me Suplex. We Griff have been friends to all since long ago. However, lately, the Hume world is in much turmoil. We must protect our village and our people. As War Chief and protector of our village, I ask you, why have you come to this land? Well, you see, I do see. So you too have come to ask about the Nethicite. You must speak with the elders. Though our masks may make it difficult for you to tell us apart, walk through the village and look with your eyes. Listen with your ears. Okay. Does that sound like I have to go basically guess who the elders are? Griff Warrior. What is this? Another Hume visitor to our land. This is most unusual. Have you too come to speak with our elder chieftains? Maybe. Maybe not. Guess he's over there suntanning. We won't bother him. He's the sun. You are the Hume the War Chief has spoken of. You have crossed the plains to learn of the stones, yes? I believe the elders can tell you much. Well, I'll talk to them at some point. You seem a great warrior, but it is best you avoid Zertinin Caverns. There are many foul creatures there, and of late, worse. A fiend with strange powers have been seen. Perhaps this is why the other creatures there have grown yet more violent. Maybe. An elder. You are the Humes our war chief saw on the plains. Welcome to our village, protected by the clear flow of the Sogot. I am Suplex's brother, Kadalu. I worry, for Suplex often goes to the plains alone. Why, when the others surely wish to train with him? He is stubborn this way. Your pardon, I spoke of a personal matter. Please just forget it. You have business with the elders, yes? Well, on you go. Okay, at some point. What is it, Hume child? Have you something to ask of this wizened man? You wish to know of the Nethicite. It is a word I hear quite often of late, though I know not why. Nor do I know anything of this stone. So too did I tell the Hume child who asked me before. I'm sorry. Another of the elders may know. Okay. Well, I was thinking maybe they'd be inside one of those buildings. I'm sure they are. There's gotta be like a circle of them just sitting around powwowing. I've got a Griff herder here. The green creatures you see in my enclosure are nanas, the best livestock in all of Ivalis. No part of the nana goes to waste. Meat, hide, and bones all have their uses. They are strong against drought and cold, And oh yes, easily herded. Hello, Elder. You have the look of one who wishes to know something. If it is something that I know, good. Oh, the Nethicite. Well, you are not the only one who has asked me, and it saddens me to tell you that I know nothing of it. Magicite contains within it a great power. Thus have we worshipped the stone from the beginning of time. Yet I had never heard of this Nethicite. Perhaps the High Chief knows something of this. If you have not spoken with him yet, go. He will be with the Geomancer Ugelu. Okay. So that pretty much means I don't need to talk to anybody else. Let's see. All of this stuff, wow. Question is, do I need anything? A flame staff? Serious? There would be some serious upgrades, it looks like. Healing rod. Even if it is stuff that... +7, really. And it casts slow on hit? Another upgrade? Well, guess I need to sell all this stuff. By the way, I'm gonna sell... and then I'm gonna back out, see if it's unlocked anything in the bazaar. I mean, well, actually, hang on. To unlock things, I think you actually need to... God damn it. I don't know how this works. I'm trying to remember how, if it actually makes a difference. A jewel containing a creature's soul. Only when its soul is released will the creature find a true peace. It only sells for 10. I can't remember if you just need to sell a certain number of items to unlock the items in the bazaar, or if you need to sell batches of certain items all at once. It's such a damn pain. That would be +10, which is good, but +7 and slow. We're definitely taking that. Let's equip it. And then I'm basically broke unless I sell some of this stuff. Yeah, you guys don't need long swords. You don't need a musk stick. Keep that. Javelino can go. Pretty much all this stuff that doesn't actually give us any pluses on anybody. Yeah, whatever. On anybody important anyways. Gold armor, that would be nice. Balaclava, heavy coat. So all of this stuff, I'm... like, those items up there, I'm basically still waiting to unlock on people. Hang on. I don't really care what you have to say. I want your items. Not your stories. Magoroku. Or something. Magoroku. Have you heard of the monographs? Merely being one of these on your person aids in the retrieval of objects from the foe's defeat. There are different ones for different persuasions of adventurer. As a merchant, I would love one, if only I knew where it might be found. I don't know where they might be found. I think you have to do certain things, like sell certain batches of items in order to unlock them. Probably another thing I'm wrong about. And it's the War Chief Suplex. Let's see what he has to say. Have you learned what you wished? No, do not tell me. It is written clear upon your face. So, the elders could not help. Then you must meet with the Great Chief. I'll meet with the Great Chief now, why not? Yes, it is true. The Great Chief may know something that would aid you, yet arranging an audience may be quite difficult. Why is that? I must learn more about the Nethicite. I cannot turn back now. Please, tell your Great Chief that I am the royal line of Dalmasca, a direct descendant of Dynast King Wraithwall. If the Griff have passed down knowledge of the stones, they must know of the Nethicite the Dynast King once held. Do you have proof of your heritage? I do not. I have looked into your eyes and seen that you speak the truth, human child. I give you my trust. The Great Chief is ahead, across this bridge. I thought we had the Dawn Shard or something like that. Isn't that how we can summon Belias? Because we have that damn thing? I don't know. Maybe, whatever. I'm not gonna try to overthink it. Don't care. The Great Chief is ahead. Will you meet with him? Why are they giving me so many options to turn back? You must fight the War Chief to the death. If you lose, it erases your saved game. Well, his mask is definitely more exotic and exquisite than anyone else's.
This nethicite, you have used it.
It was not I who used it. Indeed, I had hoped you could show me how. Thus I've come.
You do not know the workings of the stone, then we are no different.
What?
In ages past, the gods made a gift of nethicite to my people. But the manner of its use eluded us. Displeased by our failure, the gods took back their stones. They chose instead to give them to a human king. Called the Dynast King, he used the nethicite's power to bring peace to a troubled time. It is a curious thing. Though the blood of King Wraithwall flow through your veins, you cannot wield nethicite.
Cannot wield it? So then, am I to understand you can't tell me how to use the stone?
Though it shame me so to admit, here before me stands a descendant of the Dynast King himself, and I can accord her no help at all. Still, even if you knew how to use the nethicite, you would find it of small avail. The mist collected in the stone over ages past is lost, and with it, the stone's power.
Well, when they blew everything up?
It will be your posterity who wield the stone in ages yet to come.
We just need to take it and charge it somewhere.
Devoid of power,
That's what you're telling me.
empty, yet full of thirst.
Do I need to spell it out to you
Terrible
idiots?
longing to drink the world dry. The power of men and of magic,
I don't like first-person view. What's
of
going
good
on?
and of evil. It is often those who desire nethicite whom the nethicite itself desires.
I guess it's not too bad. I was thinking maybe a judge or something was gonna show up. But I'm pretty sure that Larsa actually joins us as a permanent party member. Spoiler alert.
To Baromi says.
I say we ought leave tomorrow. I was going to wait for my escort to return, but meeting you here has presented a great opportunity.
Oh yes.
This terrible war can be stopped, but I will need your
Travel
help
with
to do
fugitives. Let's just
A war.
kidnap a prince.
So. You know the Marquis Ondor leads a group of insurgents. Your pardon. He leads a large resistance force against the Empire. Lady Ash, neither of our countries can afford this now. The Rosarian Empire would stir. They would aid the resistance and use this aid as a pretext to declare war on Arcadia. And Arcadia would have no choice but to answer.
It'd be a world war, you fool.
Lady Ash, let us go to Ber Omases. With the blessing of his grace, the Grand Kiltius Anastasis, you may rightly wear your crown and declare the restoration of the Kingdom of Dalmasca. As queen, you can call for peace between the Empire and Dalmasca.
Dalmasca is
Marquis Ondor.
the nation that created Dalamud.
Peace. How dare you say that? The Empire attacked us, stole all we hold dear, and you would have me save them from war?
Dalmasca would be the battlefield. What if nethicite were used on Rabanasta? You know my brother would do this.
Kid's smarter than you, Ash.
Forgive me. I presumed overmuch. I could think of no other way to avoid bloodshed. If you cannot trust me, then please, take me as your hostage.
Oh yeah, that'll help bring about peace for sure. That'll really help.
Rustler.
You're the one, the leader of the
saw,
Empire, was
didn't you?
freaking wanting to take
Like at
over,
the
I
king's
think.
tomb.
So you did see him too. But why?
It's strange. Before, I didn't even know what you looked like. And the prince? I barely knew there was a prince.
I think my nose has been whistling.
Who knows? Maybe the person I saw was my brother.
Bush told me about him.
He enlisted right at the end.
Like an idiot.
But for what? He knew he couldn't win.
He knew he was a wuss.
To protect something.
How could he protect anything when he's dead? Was it different for Prince Rastler? Did that make sense? Hating the Empire, getting revenge, it's all I ever thought about. But I never did anything about it. I mean, I realized there was nothing I could do. It made me feel hollow. Alone.
And yet here we
And then
are.
I'd miss my brother. I'd say stuff like, I'm gonna be a sky pirate, or some other stupid thing. Just anything to keep my mind off it. I was running away.
From what?
I needed to
The
get
shop?
away from his death. That's why I followed you.
I don't want to work retail. I'll go be a pirate instead. It's a valid
You know
dream to
what? I'm
have.
through with it. I'm through running. I'm ready to find my purpose. To find some real answers. Some reasons. If I stick with you, I think I will.
So you're gonna be a sky pirate and fight the Empire. The same thing you said
I
you
wish I knew.
were using to run away.
I'll find them.
If she falls for Van, I'm gonna be quite upset. I honestly can't remember any type of love romance triangle in this game except for Vaughn and always rejecting Penello.
I will accompany you to Mount Baromises.
I had hoped you'd say yes. I'm glad.
My heart is not set. I still have questions. I hope to find answers along the way.
I had other reason to invite you. There is someone I'd like you to meet, waiting on Baromises.
Who is that?
An enemy, and an ally also.
Is it Sid?
You will just have to wait and see for yourself.
It better be Sid. Also, secrets don't make friends, you little shit.
That Larsa likes his secrets.
He does not mean ill by it.
That we know
He's
of.
not bad. At least for an Imperial.
Well, guess they're just gonna leave us behind.
Holy Mount Baromises stands at the northern end of the Yacht Remuda. Once we're in Yacht, we need not fear pursuit by their airships.
Don't get your hopes up.
Why is
You
that?
remember the Leviathan sailed straight over the Yacht right up to Wraithel's tomb. Skystone that works even in Yacht. You know, Nethersight's behind it. Little wonder they're so keen on the stuff.
And what is it you're after, Balthier? You're a welcome hand and a great aid, but why?
Balthier.
Worried I'm out to steal the Nethersight, eh? Can't say I'm unaccustomed to people doubting my intentions.
Well, you're a sky pirate. I mean, come
Nothing
on.
could be further from my mind. Shall I swear by your sword or some such?
He's just gonna steal the princess, is what he wants to do.
Apologies, but I needed to know where you stand.
He's gonna be a
Her
sky
Majesty
pirate king.
depends on you, and you seem to have an interest in the stone.
I'm only here to see how the story unfolds. Any self-respecting leading man will do the same.
And Larsa joins the party as a guest, which I would much rather have than have him officially join the party. Because I happen to like having 4 characters, especially since I believe Larsa is a healer. Which would be a perfect time to swap out Balthier for someone else. So, you will leave. Take this as a token of our parting. We obtain a killer bow and onion arrows, something we won't use. If you would ride a chocobo, you may. I have spoken with the Mughals. She will not charge you for your first use of the chocobos. Take care on the road ahead. Should it lead back to our land, you are welcome guests. Spirits of the land watch over you. See you later, Suplex. We're not going to use a chocobo. What we are going to use is this save crystal here, and then we're going to end the video. And whenever we come back, probably in a couple days for me, onward to Mount Oncology or something like that. I don't remember what it's called.